future scientists! Once again, Teacher Ayla here, your science teacher. Summer is here again, but as much as we want to go swimming in the beach and playing with the waves, COVID-19 is still around that we still need to stay at home as much as possible to avoid getting contracted by the virus. Did I say waves? Because today we shall talk about the properties of the waves. You will be able to define waves and its types as well as to infer that waves carry energy. Isn't that exciting? Previously, you have learned how to describe an object in motion by the distance it travels, its displacement, speed, velocity, and acceleration. Do this activity to recall them. Activity 1. What am I? You are going to identify the correct term being described in each box. Unscramble the letters to form the word and study the given picture for the clue. 1. The rate at which an object moves. 2. Speed with a direction. 3. The shortest distance between two objects' position. 4. This refers to the length of the entire path that the object traveled. 5. The rate at which an object's velocity changes. 'Now let's check your answers. 1 is speed, 2 is velocity, 3 is displacement, 4 is distance, and 5 acceleration. Congratulations! You still remember your previous lesson. With this activity, you had identified the physical quantities in describing an object in motion. A while ago, I mentioned the word waves. Are waves also in motion? What do you think waves carry? Let's find that out. Observe this girl. What is she doing? Very good. She's waving her hand. Now, can you also wave your hand? Observe your palm. What are you doing to make a wave? You are basically moving your hand by doing a repetitive back and forth or side-to-side movement with your palm. In science, we call this movement as vibration. The source of all waves is always a vibration. Trivia time! Did you know that the tallest ocean wave ever recorded was 1,720 feet tall? It occurred in Lituya Bay in Alaska. Now you know. But waves are everywhere. What is a wave, by the way? A wave is a traveling disturbance that carries energy from one location to another location with or without a medium. A medium is a substance or material that carries the wave. It may be in the form of solid, liquid, or gas. It is where the waves travel. When waves propagate through a medium, it is called a mechanical wave. When it does not require a medium, it is called an electromagnetic wave. But today, we shall focus on the two types of mechanical wave. Activity 2. Let's make waves! You're going to observe draw, and describe the two types of mechanical waves and how they are produced. First, we shall make a transverse wave. Watch as I demonstrate the pulse, movement, and shape of transverse waves by using a rope. Now draw 3 sketches of the rope showing the motion of the pulse at 3 subsequent instances and an arrow to represent the direction of the pulse's motion. Do your sketches look like this? Well done! Now answer these questions. Question number 1. What is the source of the wave pulse? The source of the wave pulse is the vibration due to a quick shake of one end of the rope. Question number 2. Describe the motion of the hand as I created the pulse. There's a quick up and down movement. Question number 3. Describe the motion of the pulse with respect to the source. The pulse moved away from the source. Now this time I am going to attach a colored ribbon on one part of the rope and will make a wave by continuously vibrating the end of the rope with quick up and down movements of my hand. Draw the waveform or the shape of the waves that have created. Your sketch should be looking like this. Does the wave transport the colored ribbon from its original position to the end of the rope? No, it doesn't. How does the ribbon move as waves pass by? Does it move in the same direction as the wave? As the waves pass by, the colored ribbon moves up and down repetitively. It does not move in the same direction as the passing waves. Instead, it vibrates along the axis perpendicular to the direction of travel of the passing waves. Now let's make a longitudinal wave. I will demonstrate longitudinal waves by using a slinky coil spring. Again, you will observe the waves along the coil spring with the ribbon on it and draw how the coil spring looks like as it moves back and forth. Does your sketch look like this? Wonderful! Now try to answer these questions. Does the wave transport the colored ribbon from its original position to the end of the rope? No, it doesn't. Describe the vibration of the colored ribbon. How does it move as waves pass by? As the waves pass by, the colored ribbon moves back and forth repetitively. It vibrates along the axis parallel to the direction of travel of the passing waves. Now let's proceed to the anatomy and properties of waves. For transverse waves, the crest and trough refer to the most extreme points on the waves. The crest is the maximum or highest point and the trough is the minimum or lowest point. Wavelength is the distance between two consecutive corresponding crests or troughs. Amplitude is the distance from the middle of the wave to the top of a crest or the bottom of a trough. The energy of a mechanical wave is directly proportional to its amplitude. For longitudinal waves, compression refers to the region in a longitudinal wave where the particles are the closest together. In contrast, rarefaction refers to the region in the wave where the particles are farthest apart. In longitudinal waves, the amplitude is measured by the maximum displacement, compression or rarefaction from equilibrium or the resting point. Wavelength refers to the distance between two corresponding points, for instance, from the beginning of one compression to the beginning of the next. With this, I think you're ready for the next activity. Activity 3. Label me! Based on the given description of the different parts of a wave, you are going to label the parts of a wave on a given diagram. Let's check your answers. I bet you got all the correct answers. Good job! Remember these key points. Waves can be typified according to the direction of motion of the vibrating particles with respect to the direction in which the waves travel. The two types of mechanical waves based on activity 1 are 1. Waves in a rope are called transverse waves because the individual segment of the rope vibrates perpendicular to the direction in which the waves travel. 2. When each portion of a coil spring is alternatively compressed and extended, longitudinal waves are produced. How do we know that waves carry energy? Waves can set other objects in motion. What happens when waves pass by? Particles vibrate alternately to transport the energy of the wave. How can you generate mechanical waves? They can be generated by vibrating a medium. A medium is required because vibrating particles are needed for the wave to travel. In transverse wave, crest and trough refer to the most extreme points on the waves. The crest is the maximum or highest point, and the trough is the minimum or lowest point. Wavelength is the distance between two consecutive corresponding crests or troughs. Amplitude is the distance from the middle of the wave to the top of a crest or the bottom of a trough. The energy of a mechanical wave is directly proportional to its amplitude. In longitudinal wave, compression refers to the region in a longitudinal wave where the particles are closest together. Rarefaction refers to the region in the wave where the particles are farthest apart. The amplitude is measured by the maximum displacement from resting point. Wavelength refers to the distance between two corresponding compressions or rarefactions. Trivia time! Do you know that the Philippines belong to the Pacific Ring of Fire? This means that our country sits where the most of the world's earthquakes happen and where most volcanoes can be found. Now, what do you think is the source of earthquake waves? Earthquake waves are caused by vibration due to colliding tectonic plates. What is the medium of propagation of earthquake waves? It's the Earth! Now let's try to assess what you have learned from our lesson today. Get your pen and a piece of paper and answer this short quiz. Read the statement or questions, then choose your answer from the given word bank. You may pause this video for every item if you would need more time to think. Are you all set? Let's begin! The distance between two consecutive crests or troughs. What is being transferred by a wave? A region in a longitudinal wave where the particles are closest together. A region in a longitudinal wave where the particles are farthest apart. A classification of wave that needs a medium to propagate. A type of mechanical wave that propagates perpendicular to the direction of propagation. A type of mechanical wave in which the medium moves back and forth in the same direction as the waves. A repetitive back and forth or side-to-side movement of an object. What is the distance from the middle of the wave to the top of a crest or the bottom of a trough? What is the medium used in the activity to demonstrate a longitudinal wave? Okay, now check your answers. For our next lesson on the characteristics of waves, such as its frequency, wave speed, and wave amplitude, scan this QR code using your Android phone, and this will lead you to an interactive site of Simple Wave Simulator. Play with the intensity of each characteristic and observe how the wave behaves. That's all for today. I hope you had fun while learning science concepts. Till our next video lesson, bye! Keep safe!